Good morning, YouTube friends, and welcome to another video that's kind of a part 2 of our previous moving vlog. If you haven't checked it out, me and Ruben moved from Orlando, Florida to Puerto Rico. So this is a little bit about everything that's happened since we last filmed and showed you guys what was going on. A lot has happened. We have faced a lot of difficulties that we will discuss, but if you're interested in seeing what has happened, then just join us and keep on watching. So where we last left off, Ruben and I had found jobs, we had found an apartment, and now I was just basically getting into everything. So I took him to my favorite burger spot that's called Buns. There's one in Condado and then one in San Juan. Recommend. We ate from my favorite bakery, La Ceiba. They have great breakfast. Ruben actually got his car shipped from Florida, so now he's driving his own car here. One of my best friends, Ivana, shout out to you, got married over Zoom. She was meant to get married in July, but you know, COVID, so she still looked amazing. Congrats! Now let's talk apartment. So furniture-wise, we have a couple shipments coming in. We had some delivered at the end of July, which is what you're seeing here. Because of COVID and because we live in an island, all the merchandise takes a little bit longer to get here, but we got really cute items. I got very stressed because the next one's gonna keep coming in September, end of September, and it was such a pain to get water, electricity, and Wi-Fi in our apartment. But then we went to Marshall's to buy a couple of other things. This is basically like our Target. We don't have Target in Puerto Rico, spoiler alert. You guys have Marshall's in the United States, but it's not as good as the one here. So this is kind of like TJ Maxx Target for us. We bought a little bit too much, and I had an anxiety attack trying to drive that home. But we made it home. We got a couple cute things for the apartment. It's still an absolute mess. We also got our boxes in, so it's time to like unpack everything into the apartment, which is great. Everything's coming along together. Ruben got me a cute little hammock, so when I was stressed after all this, I just sat there and I ate some of the M&Ms and I just enjoyed the beautiful sound of cookies in the background. And I need to show you guys one of my favorite items that I bought at Marshall's. It's this mirror. I've been wanting a mirror like that forever. It has a cute little stands for plants and stuff, so I'm obsessed with this mirror, so I'm gonna be definitely taking a lot of pictures here. In honor of us moving to our new apartment, I decided to make a surprise dinner to celebrate our 1-year engagement anniversary and also our first dinner there. So I made calzones, and I'm going to talk about it really quick because it's not a cooking video. But basically all you need is 3/4 cups of warm water, 2 teaspoons of yeast, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 cups of flour. You mix it together like that dough I showed you. You basically cover it in a warm place, leave it for 30 minutes to an hour. I left it for an hour. Make sure that it grows, and then you can make whatever filling you want. I made some ground beef and some bacon because that's Ruben's favorite. The dough grew and it was humongous, and then it's time to just basically build the calzones and cook them for a bit. And the reason why I did the calzones was because on our first date almost 5 years ago is when we went to this pizza place in Gainesville when I was over at UF, and we had calzones. And that was our first date when he asked me to be his girlfriend. And since it was literally 1 year ago today that we got engaged over in St. Augustine, I wanted to make a surprise dinner. So I got all romantic. Look at our view. I even put a fireplace on the TV. And this is basically the dinner with some wine. The calzones turned out really good and really huge. Was not expecting that. But at least he enjoyed it. He was happy, and so was I. Literally after dinner, the electricity went out for like maybe 20 minutes, and then I came back at the end of this video. Oh, and one more major thing that happened, I kind of have to go back in time to May 19, 2020. I was actually supposed to take the LSAT back in April, but because of COVID, it got canceled and they turned into LSAT Flex, which is online. So on May 19, I was supposed to start at 11:30. I wasn't able to get on. My computer was having problems like downloading the software that I needed for ProctorU. So I was talking to somebody till about 2:34. Just kidding, 2:43. I don't know why I had the pigeon filter on, but I basically had a breakdown because I could not take the exam. And they had transferred me from person to person and nobody was able to help. It turned out to be almost 4. And at around 4, they told me that I needed a new computer because I couldn't use mine. So Allie brought hers and I actually took the exam at 5 something. Tell me? 5:28. So since that was a disaster, I had some good news because they let me take the LSAT once more in July. So I did the LSAT Flex. I actually got a higher score than I ever did during my other practice test, so that was awesome. And I got to share the good news that I got into law school. Bibi? Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Can I have 5 seconds of your time?
What?
I got in.
Got in of what?
Law school. They just called me.
What?
Yup. I started a couple of days.
What?
Yes!
Oh my god, you're going to law school!
I'm going to law school!
You're
I got in.
Yes!
Yes! Me llamaron de la universidad and I got in.
I would yell, but for all these reasons I can't yell. But I'm so proud, I'm so happy.
Me llamaron hoy que me aceptaron en la intern y empiezo mañana. Yes!
Oh my god!
So basically I got my LSAT Flex results on Thursday. Friday I found out that I got into school, and then Saturday was my first day of school. We had an introductory course, which is very helpful because it got us in the mindset of everything that was about to come. We're about 150 students. All the classes are online. We did have a lot of technical difficulties, which were frustrating, and there's a lot of reading. I bought so many books. They were so expensive, and it's just constant reading every day for class, which isn't bad. I like it. It's just time management is something that I'm getting used to at the moment because I'm still working, and this is me having an anxiety attack at work because I was scheduled and they scheduled me an exam at the same time I was working, so it was me trying to figure out how I'm going to be able to handle both. So still trying to figure that out at the moment, but I have an amazing group of people that are backing me up. This is Ruben picking me up from work with Leo, helping me out on a stressful day. Always makes me happier to see them. Look at that little cutie. How are you? Oh my goodness, Leo. I've also been studying when I get home from my 3 to 11 shift at midnight. Leo's ready to go to bed, but I have to read, so I just sit down in the bed with him, read a little bit. And also my sister's been an amazing chef, and she sometimes makes me these awesome creations for breakfast. Except when we had our first fight literally ever in 15 years because she made me cry because she didn't want to share her food with me while I study before class. And of course, who's there next to me? Leo. And we're here. So now you're fully updated on everything that's happened with the move. There's still a lot of things in progress, like the apartment. So I know I talked about a little bit of everything during the video, but I only have so much time to say things because I only have short clips of it. So I want to talk in detail about some other stuff. So I'll start with my personal one. The whole thing with the LSAT Flex. So like I said in the video, I was supposed to take the LSAT in April, and then it turned into LSAT Flex because of COVID. So it was online through ProctorU, and I checked my system the night prior and everything was fine, but my Mac is a little older, but I still had faith in it. But apparently when I had to download the chat thing for ProctorU, it didn't want to download the exam since it's online. My eyes were hurting from crying and looking at the screen for so long. So at the end of it, I cried even more because I was like, I don't feel confident in this. So they sent me a survey at the end of it, and I told them my whole experience. I was like, I can include screenshots if I can because I got them. So they let me take it again either in June or July. So I decided to take it in July. And for anybody studying for the LSAT Flex, it's not that different than the regular LSAT, but I do recommend practicing those practice tests online because originally I was practicing for like 4 months for the regular LSAT. So it was on paper, dominated it. And then when I took the online one, I was like, this is completely different. I'm used to writing notes on the side. Since it's in the computer, it's a little bit wonkier. So I would suggest getting used to the system that they do with the online exams. There's 3 sections instead of 4. It's not that hard. It's literally the exact same thing. It was just time management, and also make sure your technology is working. If you have any questions on the LSAT Flex or law school, like I said, I'm literally just finishing my 2nd week of law school. So I'm still trying to juggle work and school. I will let you know and keep you updated on that, how that goes.
As soon as we got here, I had like a month and a half off.
Yeah, which was
So
nice.
I did nothing.
I went straight into work.
You got here, went straight to work, went straight to studying, went straight to school. Like it's been back to back.
Yep.
Well, I've had that luxury.
Time to ease into it.
Yeah. So it was definitely very well.
Also, he's been very involved with the apartment, which has been a blessing and a curse to forever. Also, I don't know what the miscommunication was, but there was something about, I don't understand. This is a little rant. The electricity took like 2 weeks. You send your application, and then they're like, okay, we'll contact you in 2 weeks, and if we don't, call us. So of course they didn't contact me, so I had to call them. And I guess they had the wrong number. It was linking to an apartment somewhere else. And I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, thankfully, we have my parents' house. We've been here. We live literally 5 minutes away from them, so we can just pop in and check, make sure everything's going well with the apartment. But literally after that phone call about the water and electricity, the next day we had water and electricity. So it's not, as long as you get in contact with somebody, it's fine. It's just getting in contact with them and being on hold for an hour. So
I was
You
gonna say
know
as
our
well,
patience.
it's I'm just making sure that when you guys are gonna do the move over here, to do that research and make sure, like, if you got an idea of where you're going to, call the electrician.
ahead.
Plan it.
Yes.
We didn't like, and again, we didn't know, to be fair.
Also, we hadn't found the right apartment in our
Yeah.
budget before we came here. So that's the thing. If you can plan over there, already have an apartment set up for you,
Yeah.
start doing that so when you come in, you don't have to wait. Definitely recommend. Very soon, we'll be able to be fully moved in with
Yeah.
actual groceries and everything.
Yep.
Just slowly and surely getting there.
Excited for it.
Yes.
Excited for it. But
So we might do more update videos as it goes along whenever we get that shipment in September.
Yep.
If any other crazy stuff happens at the apartment. But if you have any questions about moving, anything about Puerto Rico, anything about law school, the LSAT, you can comment down below or send me a DM on Instagram. Well, thanks for joining us and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!
peace.